Get ready for some great music and great stories. Band in Seattle starts right now. Welcome to Band in Seattle. I'm Xander Denke, and with me is Abby Williamson, music writer, photographer, and video blogger, to talk about tonight's band, Katie Kate.
With emotion so raw and flow so smooth, Katie Kate transcends genres and expectations more than most artists in Seattle. You might be surprised to know that she has classical flute and piano training, because girl goes hard. She lets herself get so lost in the song that I half expect her to be possessed by dead rappers. Hip-hop, electronica, and pop make this New York native a force to be reckoned with.
Indeed. We'll be right back with Katie Kate.
Hi, I'm Katie Kate, and I am a musician, composer, performer, producer, crazy cat lady. Master crafter of various crafts, items, seamstress. I do a lot of sculpey work these days. I make jewelry. Teacher, philanthropist, hobbyist, amateur ichthyologist, fossil collector.
She has a lot of different interests. Kate somehow finds a way to take all of her interests and put them into her music, into her personality. Like, she knows so much about so many things.
I mean, obviously I have many interests, but none of them are like careers necessarily.
Everything that she does is something really new, but also familiar at the same time. She's a really interesting songwriter.
There's so many layers to her and her personality. Sometimes she will be very musical and composerly. Other times she'll be nasty.
Wishes that she could be more of an enigma type person, but she talks too much.
Well, Sadie Hawkins is very truthful to my experience as a person, a woman, because I have never in my life waited for a man to come to me. It's like not in my nature at all. I'm sort of celebrating that as opposed to feeling like an alien about it.
Sadie Hawkins, I didn't know what it was at first, and she told me that it's when the girl asks the guy to the dance. And I was like, that's charming, that's cute. The guitar part that she wrote for it that just kind of carries through the whole song, it's like girlish, but has a really nice, like powerful woman message at the same time.
My first boyfriend when I was in 8th grade, I think I walked up to him in the hall and I said, so are we gonna do this or what?
And there's a middle section where it kind of planes, and for me that's the high point of the song. And then Kate just comes out of it screaming.
I've been into music my whole life. I grew up on a farm in upstate New York, and then around 5th grade I decided I wanted to play flute. So I got my first flute from one of my babysitters. It was this old beat-up piece of crap. And I would wander around the farm barefoot and try and figure out songs on the flute.
Give me a reason, just give me a reason. We
time came to apply for colleges, I was feeling really lost because I did not belong at a conservatory at all. Music was obviously what I needed to do and wanted to do, and it seemed like the only way I could do it was to be a professional flute player. And I hated that. That was such a struggle for me. I auditioned at all these schools on the East Coast that just wanted me to be an orchestral flute player. And I was just so not okay with that idea, and it didn't seem like there was any alternative. So I really didn't know what I was going to do with myself. I found Cornish online and I applied, and my dad paid for me to get some studio time at this little local studio in Albany, and I recorded a demo CD of me like playing flute and playing piano and singing, and I sent that into Cornish and they accepted me, and I was blown away. Though I did go to Cornish originally for flute, but it turned out to be something very different.
Creative phasing when I return terrestrial burn. The plains are blazing. I am one of a kind, better run. If I died, then the muse dies with me. And I owe it to you and to me and to God to continue my species.
And we met at Cornish College of the Arts. And we both entered as classical majors of sorts. I think she started with flute.
Lena is actually an android. That's all I'm allowed to say about Lena.
Lena the Machina, just a pure musician. I think she could pick up a rock off the side of the road and make it sound like an instrument.
Lena's another person that can just, she's like, oh yeah, I can play that, and then just plays it, just like hears it, plays it, learns it, does it, can do anything. She's doing like 9 things at once, where I'm just like trying not to fall off stage.
She found me, I'm nesting dead, I'm pawing, clawing at the sides and drawing circles in my head.
Well, although Greg was not present for the taping, Greg is just a crucial element of Katie Kate.
I met Kate working at a coffee shop, Joe Bar, and she went to Cornish and she'd come in all the time, and her and her friend Hannah were in a band together and they would sing at Joe Bar every now and then.
When I do things my ways, not your ways, I live with a debt. Maybe I step on a half beat.
She came to me saying she would love my support to help her out with the project and whatever I could do to add to it.
You know, Greg was the one who got me to start rapping. He was the one who kind of encouraged me.
Greg, just husk, muscle, beard, a cloud of red.
Screaming, chanting, support, love.
He'll come over and whack the drum cymbal with his hand, with his fist. I know he's hit it too hard a few times, and he's been sorry about it later.
But yeah, he definitely jumps around a lot, and he gets on the mic. He makes sure that people are pumped up, which as a performer is really, really helpful.
Good.
Trent Cookie Snake, I think we found him on the side of the road in the Amazon, I want to say.
We were touring Southern America, and we just saw this little boy on the side of the road.
I think I was also in Egypt that day, so I wasn't there for that road trip in particular.
We found out later also we saved him from the sort of underground luchador fighting circuit.
If you want to entertain, bring a Mexican wrestling mask, because you pop it out, put it on, hey! guy's wearing a Mexican wrestling mask.
He's kind of like the really nice uncle that just shows up on holidays, but like it's once a week, and he just always thinks it's Christmas or something, you know?
That is the loudest drummer I have ever heard.
I don't necessarily think of myself or try to be loud. With Kate's music, playing to beats. It's like there are two drummers. There's the beats and the songs, and then there's me adding a live element.
Even when I'm afraid, like I said, though my expression is pain, nothing ventured and nothing gained, and I will jump off the cliff and I fall to the bottom. You stay here, I ain't gonna got him on the depths cup. Big fall makes straw when the sun shines.
With a team of Seattle's finest and most prolific musicians backing her up, Cookie Snake, Lena Machina, and DJ Raja, Katie Kate is making a name for herself in Seattle's blossoming hip-hop scene. You wouldn't expect a blonde girl with a classical piano degree to spit lyrics like this, did you? Well, neither did I.
I did. We'll be right back with Katie Kate.
Drift. That one for me, there's a really, really cool synth loop that she's got going through that song, and that's what I play to.
Drift is actually about my complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
Where you kind of drift in and out of awareness and consciousness.
And sometimes that happens when I'm driving, it's really scary.
I want to eat donuts while doing donuts in a donut truck. That's what I want to do, yeah.
On the snare drum, for me, I'm holding these plastic things called whips. It's not a brush, like a wire jazz brush, they're plastic. Got two of those whips, not just one, two, in one hand. It mixes well with the sounds and tones that she has on the beat.
Can't see me when I drift. You can't hear me when I drift. You can't know me when I drift.
The classic 90s rap video always have like guys driving in slow motion, just like giving peace signs, you know? Like it just makes you want to do that. Like you just want to grip the wheel and just kind of move slowly even though you're not, you know?
I am really standing still. They pull a screen across my window and the scenes are floating by me. I am drifting in the snow. I am drifting in the snow. I am rolling 2 feet deep. I am rolling in this space like rolling over in my sleep.
But it's also about how in the city there's not really a place to freak out without freaking anybody else out. Oftentimes when I'm in my car I will scream really loud because it's the only place, if you think about it, that you can like scream where your neighbor's not going to hear you, no one's going to call the police, and your car is the place for that.
Can't see me when I drift.
Anybody that listens to music or looks at art and says, that's good or bad, I'm like, are you kidding? You know what's bad is that person. So, like, not that there's any good or bad. Let's retract a little bit. We don't want any enemies. We're not haters here. That's Raja and Kate. They're the haters.
We're both the grand haters. We don't like anything. And if you don't like anything, and when you get to that point of just mutually hating everything, all the really great goes through the cracks and you get to actually embrace that part, you know? And we hate us too. I mean, we hate everything.
Zombie. I know that song is about a dream, and I too am into dreams.
But I had a dream that I was in upstate New York and I had been kidnapped in order to become trained to be a samurai to fight the zombies in the zombie apocalypse.
And then it builds at the end and it just explodes into this breakbeat where I'm just on the ride, just going to town.
me. I got tall pines, I got stick decks, but maybe not yet. I can stand heat, I can stand wet, and I will stand tall through the forest fires. You can't end me, still don't expire. I got a hard head in the best way, and I'm better than you on your best days. So good now.
Rushmore came about because in writing this record, I had interest from record labels and people who were sort of watching me as I was writing. A lot of them really wanted it to be a rap record, and a lot of them really wanted it to be something else, and everyone wanted it to be something that would serve them. I could get a record deal if I just wanted to write this rap record that wasn't actually what I really wanted to write.
I have hard looks, I have hard days. Flip rocks, I got mud teeth. I'm low and hot, you need best relief. I am a granite queen, and that's the way I plan it. Manage me, can't understand it, embarrassing. Yeah, I'm a bandit, I don't ask twice, no, I demand it. Green top.
Rushmore is another one of those statement songs for Kate, the way I see it. I think she's saying some really strong, the imagery is real stark. I see her as this big concrete face on Rushmore, and she's got a tree line and herself as granite.
I am set in stone, I am Rushmore. Can't get rid of me so tall as I more. Set in stone, I am Rushmore. Can't get rid of me so tall.
But it is the idea of carving and you know, more so than just carving out like who you are, but carving your position. You know, maybe for Kate in this world or in this music world, you know.
And I think it's another strong statement for Kate and for women. Whether she really means that, I haven't really ever asked her. I just like to think about it and have a meaning that might be something for me. I don't want to ruin it by asking her.
That wasn't enough. And can't nothing ever touch me.
Trying to cater my music to other people was killing me. So this song just kind of came out because I was like, this is where I'm at. I can't. This is it. Bye. This is what I got. And that empowered me to continue and finish the record.
Free fall. I said granite mass.
She's a strong woman, and she doesn't let you forget that when you're listening to her lyrics. Kate writes all of it. I'm under her direction completely. You know, if I have something I want to change, it's very minor. It's kind of adding my own flair to a part that already exists. I feel so lucky that I can be 25 years old and be like pretty much self-employed, or, you know, part of a band that can pay me, and I get to tour and I get paid to tour, and you know, so being a professional musician there's a lot to do if you want it.
I don't think anyone would choose this life. I think people choose it when they're young because they're like, oh, this is gonna be fun, I'm gonna be a musician, it's great. And then you can't pay your rent and you don't have health insurance and you're coming up on 30 and you have very little to show for it. Like, I don't know what else I would do with myself. So I gotta just like find a way to make it work and fortify myself enough to continue to live this lifestyle.
I don't know how I'm gonna make money on music. I never have. That was never a reason why we put out the records that we put out. It was all, we love this and we love the people we're with and we think we're doing something really rad, so let's share it. Like, a good song can make your day and you play it 30 times in a row and you're cooking to it and everything, you know.
So he pulls me down to the belly of the beast and the paddle well squeaks and the damn they feast. I ain't giving up yet. You can't make me forget. I got an open wound, I gotta talk to you, but I refuse to surrender to regret, so be loud. If you wanna keep your skin, get out. If you wanna keep it on, then shut down. If you only play to win, go now. If you wanna drink hard, yeah, go ahead.
I think it's really important to work hard. I value the work ethic of a lot of performers, where it's like, you are here to watch me perform. You are not here to watch me push a button and not look at you and pretend I'm too cool to engage you in any way. You know, sometimes I speak to my siblings and they're like, you realize people pay money to just like watch you do a thing. And I'm like, you know, you're right, like that's extraordinary. Most people don't have that experience.
All right, that's it for tonight's Band in Seattle. If you want to hear more, check us out on bandinseattle.com, where you can hear full concerts and find links for more information about our bands and where they're playing next. Abby?
And if you want to join me in navigating this rich and beautiful music scene, hit me up on YouTube. If you type in my name, I'll be right there.
Thanks for watching. Join us next week for more great music and great stories on Band in Seattle.